He didn't know why the missed calls bothered him so much. They were simple. No voicemail, no message. Just the phone lighting up, and then stopping. Always the same name. Always the same silence afterward. His life was ordinary, not bad, not great, just settled. He woke up early, drank coffee without tasting it, worked, ate dinner in front of a screen, went to sleep. Nothing unexpected happened anymore. And he had learned to find comfort in that. The calls usually came late, after midnight, almost always on weekdays. He would see the phone light up on the nightstand, watch it vibrate, and wait. When it stopped ringing, he would turn on his side and close his eyes. If it was important, he told himself they would leave a message. They never did. At first, it didn't mean anything. One missed call can be ignored. It can be coincidence. But repetition changes things. Night after night, the same name appeared on the screen. Someone he hadn't spoken to in years. Someone he rarely thought about anymore. Someone from a version of his life that felt distant and unfinished. He muted the phone one night, then another. Still, every morning, the first thing he did was check. Missed call. Same time. Same name. He didn't talk about it to anyone. There was nothing to explain. How do you explain that something so small feels so heavy? The calls didn't interrupt his life. They didn't demand anything. They just existed. And somehow, that made them harder to ignore. They used to talk every day. Not deep conversations. Not dramatic confessions. Just everyday things. Complaints about work. Stories that went nowhere. Silences that didn't feel awkward back then. There was no argument when it ended. No final conversation. No clear goodbye. One day, they just stopped calling each other if moved on. Or at least, that's Waltself. If it really mattered, he thought one of them would have tried harder. Years passed. He forgot the sound of their voice. But the phone didn't forget the name. One night, the phone rang while he was awake. He started. The room was dark, quiet. His thumb hovered over the screen. He imagined what might happen if he answered. Nothing dramatic, just a voice. Maybe awkward, maybe relieved. The phone stopped ringing. Missed call. He sat there longer than he wanted to admit. The next day, he thought about blocking the number. He opened the contact. Stared at the options. Blocking felt final. And final things made him uncomfortable. Instead, he changed the ringtone to silent. No vibration. No light. He told himself that solved the problem. It didn't, because now he checked the phone even more. The calls kept coming, sometimes every night, sometimes skipping a day, but never disappearing completely. He started sleeping worse. Not because the phone woke him up, but because he expected it to. Expectation can be louder than sound. One night, the call came earlier than usual. He was already holding the phone. He answered without thinking. Hello? Nothing. Just breathing. Slow, careful, as if the person on the other side was making sure he was really there. Then the call ended. No words. That was worse than anything he imagined. After that, the call stopped. No explanation. No warning. Just silence. At first, he felt relieved. Then uneasy. Then something heavier settled in his chest. He checked the phone anyway. Night after night. Nothing. He opened the contact again. Scrolled through old messages. Short sentences. Ordinary words. They didn't seem important back then. Now they felt different. Like evidence he certain ain't take long. A small article. A date. A hospital. The language was polite. Careful. Final. That's when he understood. Calls hadn't been random. They deliberate. Late hours, no voicemail. Pearl. Just an open door. They hadn't been calling to talk. They had been calling to see if he would answer, and every night he chose not to. Not because he didn't care, not because he was angry, but because answering felt uncomfortable. And discomfort is easy to postpone when you believe time is unlimited. He realized something too late. The calls were never about conversation. They were about presence, about knowing that he'd once he would cup. He didn't cry. That surprised him. Instead, he sat on the edge of the bed, holding the phone. Regret doesn't rush. It settles. It doesn't ask for forgiveness. It just stays that night. The phone didn't ring. He still checked it. Nothing. He placed it back on the nightstand, face down, and for the first time in years, he wished it would ring again. Now, did